India turning into the region's biggest diplomatic burden. Has India gotten isolated in the region? Under Narendra Modi, India has drastically shifted towards an assertive nationalist diplomacy, moving far away from the traditional balanced and cooperative approach. But has this shift won India friends or merely deepened isolation in its own backyard? Let's unfold the facts. From tense borders to broken ties, India is now at odds with almost all of its neighbors. Modi's aggressive approach has turned diplomacy into conflict. With Pakistan, talks ended after Modi came to power in 2014. His actions like so-called surgical strikes, scraping Kashmir's special status and suspending the Indus Water Treaty have destroyed trust. Pakistan sees these moves as provocation meant to distract from Modi's failures at home. But is Pakistan the only one? Relations with China have also deteriorated sharply. Modi's administration has taken a robust military posture against Chinese moves along the disputed border. Since 2017, New Delhi has engaged in a series of Himalayan standoffs, Doklam in 2017, the Ladakh-Karasu Valley clashes in 2020, and ongoing petrol collisions in the Arunachal frontier. Every such episode ended up with India's military troops' humiliation at the hands of China. Look eastward. Nepal, historically aligned with India, now openly protests New Delhi's interference. Remember the 2015 economic blockade imposed on Nepal? Unofficial yet devastating, crippling Nepal's economy and sparking nationwide anti-India anger. When India recently redrew maps claiming Nepali territories like Lipulekh and Kalapani, Kathmandu erupted in fury. Politicians and common people alike accused India of violating Nepali sovereignty. Is this how a regional leader should act? Then there is Bangladesh. Modi's controversial Citizenship Amendment Act in 2019 alarmed Dhaka, raising fears of forced deportations into Bangladesh. Massive protests erupted, public outrage sparked, India out campaigns. Dhaka began to pivot towards China. Alarmed by Delhi's intrusive actions, the pivot has taken a leap after downfall of Hasina Wajid's regime. Could Modi's nationalist agenda, which seeks votes at home, justify losing a key ally abroad? Consider Maldives, a country historically dependent on India, but today, its new president, Muizzu, openly brands India as adversary, signing strategic partnerships with China. Anti-India sentiment swelled dramatically, triggering demands to remove Indian military assets from Maldivian soil. Is this Modi's great diplomatic success or a monumental failure? Sri Lanka too is wary of Indian intentions, accusing Modi's government of political meddling and coercive diplomacy, pushing Colombo's closer to China. Even Bhutan, India's closest ally, quietly bristles at Indian dominance. Bhutan is getting closer to China and wants to settle its dispute by signing a border agreement with China. A mural in India's parliament showing Bhutanese land raised alarmed in Bhutan, revealing growing mistrust over India's true intentions. Modi's aggressive approach has weakened SAARC, South Asia's main regional platform. India's refusal to engage Pakistan has blocked cooperation. In 2016, when Pakistan planned a SAARC summit, India led a boycott that shut it down. Experts say Modi is breaking regional unity instead of building it. International experts echo these concerns. Foreign policy magazines criticized India's diplomats as tiger warriors, confrontational and aggressive, provoking hostility rather than friendship. Rahul Gandhi, India's opposition leader, openly warned Modi living in a neighborhood with no friends is dangerous, blaming Modi's divisive politics for losing decades of goodwill. Let's summarize Modi's diplomatic achievements. Pakistan alienated, Nepal resentful, Bangladesh wary, Maldives shifting towards China, Sri Lanka cautious, Bhutan skeptical, and SAARC effectively defunct. India stands increasingly isolated, viewed with suspicion as a regional bully rather than a leader. Even global observers now ask, has Modi's tough stance strengthened India or isolated it from its own neighborhood? The evidence is clear. Modi's confrontational foreign policy, driven by nationalist ideology and domestic electoral politics, has dramatically weakened India's regional standing. As neighbors turn away and global institutions take note, the verdict becomes unmistakable. Under Modi, India has traded long-term diplomatic influence for short-term nationalist popularity. Now, Modi's India remains diplomatically isolated, strategically weakened, and morally questioned. This is the legacy of Modi's failed assertive diplomacy. This is Amara Farad Baloch and you're watching Nexus Bulletin.